Pumpkins, welcome back to dinner. I'm firebending because, or is that airbending? I'm airbending because today is my 29th birthday, and I wanted to get on to dinner again because I told myself here in the series of dinner that I was going to do this for like a 10 episode run. I wanted to see and make sure that I gave it a full 10 episodes. I wanted to see how it performed. I wanted to see if people felt like they connected to it. And the truth is, it's done so much better than I ever expected. I thought it was going to be just a fun, personal moment where I sat down and had testimonies with the camera. And I think it's some of my most watched footage. I think it is some of my most responded to footage. The comments that I've gotten on Instagram or here on YouTube just about what this series has done means the world to me. And I really just want to say thank you for letting me show myself in a different light. TikTok, Instagram, even other YouTube videos that I have on my channel. I am such like a bozo the clown. I'm that girly pop that likes to pop girly tings. And I want to say thank you for allowing me to, set down the thing for a second and then sit down with you guys. Today, on my 29th birthday, I wanted to talk about this idea of acting your age because I want to throw that like completely down a flight of stairs out the window, and I want the car that is act your age to get flipped off of the highway because I think it's quite a detrimental saying, and I think a lot of people still think it in their minds, and I think a lot of people still have inhibitions about whether or not they should in certain regards. And I just want to say, here at 29, even this past year at being 28, really, whenever I decided to quit the job I was in, before I really committed myself to doing content creation for a while, I was really feeling a little bit older in my day-to-day work, in my day-to-day life, and the stresses that I needed to carry. I was feeling a lot older than 26, 27 at the time. And I realized it was because I was living in a structure where I was not being myself. I am very fortunate to have a mother that is extremely refreshing and youthful in spirit. And I think genetically, I come from a family that could be a little more genetically inclined to feeling youthful and or happiness. I don't know if you guys believe in that, but I partially do believe in that because I feel very fortunate to wake up daily and feel very much more optimistic and more bright than the average person. And with that comes a level of naive and youthful culture, I guess you could say. But I have always admired that in people as well, so it could be this environmental pull. Either way, I feel very youthful in spirit, and I know so much of myself as a 29-year-old man is still popping my pussy on TikTok, and I'm still rocking that shit out with being a clown or being super humorous, and those are things I absolutely will never ever want to lose a day in my life. If I am 50 years old and I ever hit a dance floor and I say, I'm a little too old to drop it all the way down on that dance floor and even twerk some shit out, get me off of this earth. Because you know what? I actually would die of happiness and inspiration if I saw just tons of 50-year-olds just popping out there on a dance floor. And I should probably get away from using that term so much because I'm probably going to get demonetized on this one. But there's a level of acting our age where there's obviously a balance to it all, right? So in the lighthearted nature of having fun, being with friends, being one with yourself and your identity, I think it's really beautiful to let those inhibitions down. And I think that's what I'm really trying to get at. I think inhibitions can make us act a certain way in which we aren't. I think the beauty of youth and the beauty that a lot of children have is they have this level of having no inhibitions. And there's such a beauty of enjoying yourself when you're a child that's so much more present than I think when you become an adult and you start aging. And don't get me wrong, there's a lot of things you learn along the way as you're maturing into life that can be really disheartening and really hard to digest. But I think the balance of it all is maybe the most beautiful part. So while I'm sitting here and I'm saying like, do not act your age, I also want to say there is absolutely a balance where I do think there is a level of wisdom and maturity that you do want to be able to carry when it comes to very serious intellectual moments, when you are nurturing a partner and when you need to feed yourself because your stomach just rumbled on camera. I think there is a level of wisdom and maturity that you do need to walk with. There's a fine line, there is a balance to it all, and I hope I'm trying my best to get this balance as much as possible. I'm going to be trying for that for the rest of my life because health is not linear and you never reach this end game of health. But I wanted to use this video as a love letter to the 29-year-old Jake, and hopefully the future Jake that maybe watches this in 10 years or watches this in 5 years, that Jake, you're 29. I'm really proud of what you've done in the last year. I'm really proud mostly of the person you've reminded yourself that you can be. There's my stomach again. Jake, you did not have a normal childhood whatsoever. And a lot of that was taken away from you, like so many other people. And some people opt into never really knowing what it felt like to be a child. But I'm really, really proud that you are allowing yourself to step back into the past and experience the things that you never really got to. And I'm really glad you're allowing yourself to do that in a safe space, the safe space that you've created for yourself now. Jake, you made a lot of choices as a child that were out of survival, and those really benefited your life as you moved forward. But now I want to tell you, as you get older, feel free to enjoy those youthful things that you never really got to relish in when you were at a youthful age. Jake, you've never acted your age, so don't start now. And don't ever fucking do it as you go forward. But remember to care for people. Remember to be the friend and the loved one that can be there as a nurturer and maybe as a paternal figure, because while I want to give youthful spirit like Miss Cameron Diaz, I also want to give daddy sometimes, you know? So that's the perfect remedy, and that's the perfect reason why you should never act your age. Because at 21, I wasn't daddy, but sometimes I was daddy, you know? Sorry. And at 29, I ain't a teenager, just know that. But sometimes I'm giving teenage dream, Katy Perry, you know? But 29, another year, you don't feel any different. If anything, you feel even a little bit more than you did last year. And honestly, celebrate that, boy. Tonight, I am going to Chili's for my birthday. I'm 29 years old, and I'm having my birthday at an establishment that is built for a 16-year-old. And anybody with a wholesome appetite for affordable, delicious Tex-Mex food. I wanted to say that because while I'm having my birthday dinner at Chili's, I'm doing that because I need to remind myself, just because you're 29 doesn't mean you need to be at no bougie restaurant. And let's make a joke out of it. Let's be playful, let's be fun. And stop fucking trying to act your fucking age. You're gonna be 30 next year. Oh, great. Don't ever let that for 1 second stop you from doing anything you want to do. I think as I've gotten older, let me just add one more thing, because I'm trying to end this video, but I'm also wait. I want to add one thing. I was having a conversation with somebody about Madonna the other day, because when in gay, you know? When in gay. Madonna has never, for a single second, acted her age 1 second of any day. And there's so many legendary things that she's really pushed the envelope on. And I just am so inspired by that. And I'm so inspired by all the women that have never acted their age and really pushed the envelope. And while I maybe would never do certain cosmetic choices the way Madonna did, I love that she's out there performing her ass off, giving her body to the athletic adventure that performing is, and that she's having fun with her kids online. And she's saying, I'm not too old to make TikToks. Let me get on there with you and That's what she's doing. So, future Jake, if you ever have kids, make sure you show those kids what the is up. And you let them know I can rumble in the Bronx. And I can get down with you. And just because you're 18 doesn't mean shit, kid. I'm 57 and I'm gonna be popping my tongue out with you. I'm a cool dad. Where am I going? I don't know. But this is to say, don't act your age. If you are acting your age, quit it. Start with 16. Go like, oh my God, I can barely drive a car. Oh my God, I'm like so nervous. But also carry the balance of it all, you know? Have fun, laugh, enjoy yourself. Let yourself be humorous. Let yourself be stupid when you want to. And then when it's the right time and you need to, just play the wisdom card. Be like, I can be smart sometimes. Don't forget it. It can be powerful. Okay, I'm rambling. I love you guys. Thank you for joining me for the 10th episode of Dinner. I think this could be the last episode for just a little while, nothing crazy, but I do want to refresh myself with the level of truths that I want to speak to, because I always want to get on here and be quite vulnerable with you. And I hope I'm never preaching. I just want to have a lot of admission. I want to give a lot of truth on here, and I want to show you a vulnerable side to myself. And I feel very content with how much I've shared so far. And until I want to continue that process, I think we will take a little bit of a break from dinner, and maybe I will come back in about a month or two. I will let you know either way. If you don't follow me on Instagram, feel free to follow me there. I love giving updates about where I'm going next with my content. I love you guys. Thank you for joining me. Don't act your age. Act your heart. I'm not using